Imagine this. You're one of the most powerful person in the world. Money isn't a problem. Connection aren't a problem. Nothing is a problem. And now imagine no one questions you, even a single word, for years. Now that the things are much more clearer, ladies and gentlemen, this is the story of Jeffrey Epstein.
The DOJ says that it has uncovered potentially over 1 million more Epstein-related files.
These photos are a fraction of the 95,000 that the Epstein estate has turned over.
The latest on the Epstein files, the Department of Justice releasing thousands of more documents, some of them making reference to President Trump.
Breaking news out of Washington, the Justice Department just dropped a trove of new documents and hundreds of videos from the Jeffrey Epstein files.
Epstein didn't start out powerful. No billionaire family, no Ivy League degree. He was just a guy teaching math in New York. And somehow that was enough to get him into rooms most people will never see. Room full of money, influence and power. At some point he meets Leslie Wexner. And that's where everything takes a dark turn. Because when someone powerful trusts you, they don't just give you access. They give you freedom. And Epstein used that freedom and built a life that looked perfect. Private jets, massive homes, private islands. It didn't feel real. And maybe that's why no one questioned him. Because the people around him weren't ordinary. We are talking names like Bill Clinton and Prince Andrew. When you see someone surrounded with power, you stop asking questions. You assume someone already did. In 2005, a young girl spoke up. She said Epstein had used her. And suddenly the illusion cracked. This should have been the end, right? It wasn't. In 2008, Epstein made a deal. Not a normal deal. A deal most people will never forget. He avoided serious charges, served a short sentence, and even then, he was allowed to roam free and leave the jail anytime during the day. I hear you asking, how is that even possible? Well, yeah, most of the people at the time asked the same thing. People like Epstein don't work alone. At the center of all this was Ghislaine Maxwell. She wasn't just a part of his life, she helped him building his world. Victims later revealed how they were approached, how they were manipulated, and how everything felt controlled. And the scariest part? At first, nothing felt illegal. It felt normal until it wasn't. For years, nothing changed until 2019. New voices came forward. People started paying attention. And suddenly, Epstein was arrested again. This time, it felt like he will actually face consequences. But then, August 10, 2019, Jeffrey Epstein was found dead in his cell. And the mortuary ruled it out as you'd think it answered everything. It didn't. It made things worse. Cameras weren't working, guards missed checks, and the one person who knew the most was gone. So people started asking, who else is involved? Who else knew? And why did it all stop here? It is easy to make this story about one man, one villain, one ending. But that's not what this is. This is a story of power, about influence, and why sometimes system doesn't fail, it protects. And maybe the real question is, how many times has this happened that we never heard about?